If you've ever thought, I'm not that smart, this video is for you. Because the smartest people I know, they all think they're average. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect in reverse. And if you do even 3 of these 10 things, your brain is wired differently than most people. You just never noticed. If this sounds like you or someone you know, you're about to discover the top hidden habits of people with extremely high IQs. And trust me, number 7 is going to make you rethink everything. Habit 1. They talk less, think more. Most people treat conversations like a race. Whoever speaks first wins, right? Wrong. High IQ people? They pause. They sit there in silence while everyone else is scrambling to fill the void. And it's not because they're slow or shy. It's because they're filtering. Their brain is running a background check on every word before it leaves their mouth. Research actually shows that intelligent people verbalize internally before speaking. That's why when they finally talk, their words hit different. They're not just talking to talk. They're talking because they have something worth saying. And here's the kicker. They'd rather say nothing at all than say something they'll regret later. Because to them, words have weight, not just sound. Habit 2. They question everything. Even the obvious. Smart people are annoying. There, I said it. Because they don't accept anything at face value. You say the sky is blue, they ask why it's blue. You tell them that's just how it works, and they're already Googling the exception. But here's the thing. They're not trying to be difficult. They're genuinely curious. They argue to understand, not to win. And that habit, it builds critical thinking like a muscle. It's why they spot flaws in systems that everyone else just shrugs off. They see the cracks because they never stopped asking, but why? This is also why they're terrible at following rules that don't make sense, because blind obedience feels like intellectual suffocation to them. Habit 3. They're obsessed with patterns. High IQ brains are like pattern recognition machines on steroids. They see connections in conversations, behaviors, data, stuff most people completely miss. It's like they're playing a game of connect the dots that no one else even knows exists. And because of this, they can predict outcomes before they happen. It's not magic, it's not psychic powers. It's just their brain automatically scanning for patterns 24/7. That's why they'll say something like, I knew that was going to happen. And you're like, how? Pattern sensitivity. That's how. And honestly, it can be exhausting for them because once you see the patterns everywhere, you can't unsee them, even when you desperately want to just turn your brain off. Habit 4. They love solving problems nobody asked them to solve. You know that person who sees a messy process and immediately thinks, I could automate this? Yeah, that's them. High IQ people see inefficiency and it bothers them. Not in an annoying way, in a this is a puzzle and I need to solve it way. They create systems, invent shortcuts, optimize workflows that no one else even noticed were broken. And they do it for fun. For them, problem solving isn't work, it's cognitive play. It's like their brain's version of a video game. The downside, they often get frustrated when others don't see the obvious solution because what's crystal clear to them is completely invisible to everyone else. Habit 5. They read, but differently. They don't read to finish books. They read to absorb models of thinking. That's why their reading list looks insane. Philosophy on Monday, neuroscience on Tuesday, coding on Wednesday, ancient history on Thursday. It's not random. It's cross-training for the brain. They're not trying to become experts in everything. They're collecting mental frameworks. High IQ people feed on variety, not volume. They want to see how different fields think, then blend those perspectives into something new. Let's continue with habit 6. They think in layers, not circles. Yes, they overthink, but not the way you think. Most people overthink in circles. Same worry, different day. High IQ people, they overthink in layers. They imagine every possible outcome, identify every single flaw, run mental simulations, then simplify it all down to the best move. It's like mental chess, 10 moves ahead. This isn't anxiety. This is strategic depth. They're not stuck in their head. They're building in their head. And by the time they act, they've already tested the idea 100 times in their mind and planned around it. That's why they seem so calm when making big decisions. They've already lived through every version of failure in their mind and planned around it. Habit 7. They can sit in silence and actually enjoy it. Most people hate silence. It's uncomfortable. It forces you to be alone with your thoughts. And let's be honest, that's terrifying for a lot of us. But high IQ people, they crave it. That silence is where their brain organizes chaos. It's where insights come from. Those aha moments that seem to come out of nowhere, yeah, they were born in silence. They're not being antisocial. They're not ignoring you. They're processing. And that quiet time is sacred to them. In a world that's constantly screaming for attention, their ability to sit still and think is their secret weapon. It's where clarity lives. Habit 8. They're brutally honest with themselves. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. High IQ people don't sugarcoat their failures. If they mess up, they don't blame the universe or bad luck. They say, "That's on me." This level of self-awareness is rare. Most of us lie to ourselves to feel better, but they don't, because they know you can't fix what you refuse to see. That brutal honesty, it's what keeps them improving. It's what keeps them sharp. And yeah, it's probably why they seem a little intense sometimes. This is also why they have such high standards, not just for others, but especially for themselves. Because mediocrity feels like betrayal when you know exactly what you're capable of. Deliberate pause. Habit 9. They manage energy, not time. While everyone else is scheduling their day by the hour, high IQ people are scheduling by focus. They know when their brain is sharpest. Morning, deep work. Afternoon, creative chaos. Evening, low-stakes tasks. They don't force productivity. They flow with their cognitive rhythm because they figured out something most people haven't. Time is infinite, but mental energy isn't. Protect your peak hours and everything else falls into place. Habit 10. They know how to sound normal. Here's the twist. Truly intelligent people don't sound intelligent. They blend in. They take complex ideas and make them simple so everyone can understand. That's emotional intelligence meeting raw intellect. Because real genius isn't about sounding smart, it's about making others feel smart. They don't use big words to impress you. They use clear words to connect with you. And that's the ultimate flex. So if you relate to even a few of these, don't downplay it. You don't need awards or degrees to be intelligent. Your habits already reveal it. The real question isn't, how smart am I? It's, how well am I using the mind I already have? Which habit hit home for you? Drop the number in the comments. Let's see how many of us are secretly geniuses just trying to act normal.